Hey Grace Kids, welcome back to Grace Kids TV. Great to see you all today. In today's story, we're going to learn about how Jesus, our great high priest, brought a better covenant. Hebrews was a letter written to encourage believers to not only stand strong in their faith, but also to grow in their faith. More than anything else, though, the writer of Hebrews preached the superiority of Jesus. Jesus was present at the creation of the world. He is the heir of all things, and God spoke to the people through him. But before we get to today's story, let's head over to Grace Kids Trivia to see what you remember from last week's story about Barnabas going to Antioch to encourage believers.
Question 1, true or false? God told Peter to tell everyone the good news about Jesus, so Peter obeyed and shared the gospel with people, no matter who they were or where they came from. And the answer is true. This was true. Peter shared the gospel with both the Jews and the Gentiles, which were people who were not Jews. Question 2, true or false? Peter explained to the people that the gospel is for most people. And the answer is false. Peter actually explained to the people that the gospel was for everyone, not just most people. And Jesus' followers praised God after Peter explained this. Question 3, true or false? Many believers moved away from Jerusalem after Stephen was killed because he loved Jesus. Most of them shared the gospel only with Jews, but some believers went to Antioch and told the Gentiles there about Jesus. And the answer is true. When the Gentiles heard the good news, many of them believed. Question 4, true or false? Barnabas was a man of God. The church in Antioch heard about these new believers, so they sent Barnabas to go see what was happening. And the answer is false. This is a really tricky one. Barnabas was a man of God, but it was actually the church in Jerusalem that heard about these new believers. The church in Jerusalem then sent Barnabas to Antioch to visit these new believers. He was glad to see these new believers. And question 5, true or false? Barnabas left to find Peter. Barnabas and Peter then stayed in Antioch for 1 year teaching large crowds of people. And the answer is false again. This was another tricky one. It was actually Barnabas and Paul who stayed in Antioch for a year while teaching people about the gospel. And today we have a bonus question, question 6, true or false? Jesus' followers were first called Christians in Antioch. And the answer is true. The good news about Jesus is for everyone, and we are called Christians when we believe in the gospel. In last week's story, the gospel continued to spread even when people tried to stop it. Just like Paul and Barnabas, we can celebrate when others believe in Jesus.
Hello everyone, Megan here, and this is Jessie. Hi! Jessie, want to play a game with me? It's called What's Better? You just have to say what's better between two things.
Sure, I can do that.
Okay, what's better, chocolate or vanilla?
Oh, I say chocolate.
Okay, what's better, a swing set or monkey bars?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Monkey bars.
Okay, good. What's better, singing or dancing?
Dancing.
Okay, last one. What's better, Jesus or everything else?
I know this one for sure. Jesus.
Yes. Today's Bible story is about how Jesus is better than anyone or anything. Listen to the story. Following Jesus was difficult for many of the first Jewish believers. Some of them began to wonder if following Jesus was worth it. It might be easier to stop worshiping Jesus. The Holy Spirit helped a leader write words to encourage the early church. We can read these words in the book of Hebrews. The leader wrote, "Long ago, God spoke to his people through prophets. Now he speaks to us through Jesus." Jesus is God the Son, and he is like God in every way. Jesus sits right beside God in heaven. Jesus left heaven to become a man. Jesus became a human being like us so that he could die and then rise again to rescue people from sin. Jesus became like us in every way so he could become a merciful and faithful priest for us. Because Jesus suffered and was tempted, he can help us when we are tempted. This is why Jesus is the greatest. He is even greater than Moses. God used Moses to bring the law to his people, but God used Jesus to bring the gospel. This is why we cannot turn away from Jesus. Instead, we must encourage one another every day. We do not want to be like the Israelites who rebelled against God after Moses led them out of Egypt. Because Jesus is such a great high priest for us, we can keep following him. Jesus knows we are weak because he became a human and was tempted, but he never sinned. Because of Jesus, we can boldly go to God, and God will give us mercy and grace. This is why Jesus is better than anything, and why we cannot turn away from him. Salvation is found only in Jesus. Jesus is better than anyone and anything. He is the better prophet, the better priest, and the better king.
Hey Grace Kids, for our craft this week, you are going to need the printout, some coloring materials, scissors, and glue. And I'm going to show you exactly how to make this craft. Are you ready? Okay, first you're going to decorate the poster on the top of the page. And you want to try to color it and make it really super special because you want it to look really cool. Okay, next you're going to cut the poster just a straight line to take the words off of the bottom. Then you're going to color each of the 3 boxes at the bottom, and then you're going to glue them into the hearts on top. And you're going to cut those out. Okay, then you're going to take them and glue them into each of the 3 hearts. And they say, he is the better prophet, he is the better king, he is the better priest. And these are all talking about Jesus. And then your craft is done. Your poster looks amazing, and you can use it as a reminder to share the amazing story about Jesus because he is the great high priest. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great week.